I said, can you hear me? Good. Welcome to your final test. For those of you who are not aware, over the past month or so, I have been giving you all little riddles, little bits and pieces, all kinds of fun activities for you to do as a community. Today will be your final test. After all of your hard work, all of your cooperation, some of you solved one step, some of you solved multiple. Many of you blundered around in the dark, but gave support and fun to your friends when they needed it. All of you have solved these together, and I could not be more proud. This puzzle will be your hardest puzzle yet, and to make it just that little bit harder, you have 24 hours to solve it. From the moment this stream ends, you will have 24 hours. For those of you who have not been here before, allow me to do a little recap. Should we get some music on? We need some drama. We need a bit of drama in here. Come on. Can I get something from like GTA that I didn't use? Hang on. What do we have here? I can't do this. It's too quiet. Oh yeah, this. Oh man, this. Remember this from GTA? This was so tense all the time. Doom. That's better. That's better. Okay. First, the puzzle came out of nowhere. One morning, you awoke to a Zatsudan that simply asked, "Solve my riddle." And solve it you did. After only 2 hours, in fact, my first riddle was solved. In that riddle, you used classic ciphers to uncover an unlisted YouTube video that included Morse code. By decoding the Morse code, you came across a set of numbers. By decoding those numbers with a book cipher, using the golden legend of St. George, you finally uncovered the answer. It read, "On his people's day, the Slayer will rise again." Some of you thought that meant that I was doing an outfit reveal on my birthday, which is a level of mental gymnastics I am not prepared to judge you for at the moment. I mean, I'm not one to punish wishful thinking, and maybe it was my fault for just not having that ready. You know, maybe I should have just whipped something up while I was busy. You know, just been like, okay, I guess I can figure that out. Then came the second puzzle. The second puzzle was given to you in secret during the Submarine Rescue ASMR RP stream. While listening to this ASMR, the character rescuing you tells you that you might start hearing sonar pings. Those sonar pings, as immediately clocked by a vigilant kindred among you, were also in Morse code. When listening to this Morse code, breaking it down, you received a string of letters. And a lot of you were very confused about how to translate these letters. And I was very impressed with a lot of your ingenuity. In the end, finally, one of you managed to find the exact right solution. And after a little blunder of mine, and a little hint to help you along, you found the next prize. But what was it? A recording. A recording that I had left speaking on someone that I've spoken about before. A friend of mine. His name is Patrick. When this stream ends, all of those videos will be made public. so that you can rewatch them as often as you like. Actually, I changed my mind. I'll make them all public when you solve this one. Once all the riddles have been solved, then it'll all be made public. Up until then, you have to go and find the links yourself. Yeah, I changed my mind. This is my fucking riddle. Then came the second, or third puzzle. First one was, I was practicing. Then came the third riddle. The third riddle had you delving deep into the annals of cryptography history and using the Enigma machine, which was, as I'm sure you are aware, as I'm sure many of you are aware, the Enigma machine was used to transmit messages by the Germans during the Second World War, and it was famously decoded by British mathematician Alan Turing. This one gave you guys a real headache. Many of you approached it with Polybius squares and all kinds of different ciphers, and nothing seemed to work. Until one among you recognized the clues: shark, a model of the Enigma machine, and gamma, a mode for the Enigma machine. With those in mind, inputting all of the significant numbers from that stream into the Enigma machine, you finally came across the answer. Today, you will solve the fourth riddle. If you do not solve it on time, there will be dire consequences. But some things in this life cannot be avoided. For the final riddle, the fourth riddle, you will need to look ahead as well as behind. You will need to think of methods you have used and some that maybe you wish you could have. You will need to work together, you will need to think creatively, and you will need to work fast. And that's all I'm giving you. At the end of the stream, I'm going to show you your starting code, and everything I've said so far is all you need to know. Yes, it's not as though the code was already... No, I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. It's not like it was already on screen at some point and you already missed it. But I have already said everything that you need to know. You already have every tool that you need, every clue, every key, every step. You already have. So, it's been 14 minutes, and most of that was the intro screen. So I kind of don't really have any content for you now. We sort of got through the gist of the stream right away. Anyone have any ideas? Now what? Happy 520. What I need. I love you. What the show her? What I need. And there you go. Are we going to get any hints for this one? I've already given you every hint you need. If you work together, I promise you will figure it out. If you work together, I promise you will figure it out. At least, I hope you can figure it out. Because otherwise, I'll be very disappointed. Anyway, I'm on like the radio machine right now. I'm on like the pew wee 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 pew wee 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 wee. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. You know what might be fun? You know what might be fun? Maybe what I can do is show you the final step. Or not the final step, but really, the code for the final puzzle that will get you started. Maybe I can show you that, and then we can just keep streaming and sort of watch you guys work. Maybe you can work together in chat, and I'll just have to poker face it. How about that? Might kind of liven things up around here a little bit. Maybe I could put a timer on screen. Your 24 hours begins now. Okay, sure. Yes. Today is your work stream. I've done all my work. I've done it all. Now, it's your turn. So, those of you who have been working so hard, those of you who love a bit of cryptography, those of you who just want to know a little bit more about me and a little bit more about what on earth is going on, if you solve this, you are going to learn an awful lot. I'll tell you what. This stream will go until the end of the hour. If you somehow can solve this puzzle before the hour is up, and post evidence of you solving it on social media, free Batsu, and I will say or do whatever you like. Okay? I think that's fair. All right then. Let's see. What time is it? What time is it now? Is it when it turns to 3:20, at least 3:20 in my time, 11:20 JST, the clock starts. All right. While you're on the clock, get ready. Your final test begins now. Good luck! I've told you everything you need to know. All the clues are out there, and they're somewhere that you might know to look. So, get on with it. Let me get a timer going. Let me get a timer. Can I get like a oh, live split. Does live split do a countdown? Live split countdown. Is it possible? Probably. This is too hard. Remember, I know you might feel intimidated by what I just showed you. I know you might feel like this is a little too much. However, like I've always said, you don't need to be the one to solve it. You just need to help. These puzzles aren't designed for an individual to sit and solve on their own. You could, maybe, but it would take a long, long time. However, with minds working together, with all of you understanding just what it's like to be as one working enigma decoding machine, you can solve this together. There's no such thing as leading the charge, nor is there such a thing as lagging behind. You can solve this together. You will have... Can you post the screenshot? No! You had plenty of time to screenshot it yourselves. Maybe I will. Maybe. 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 You know, maybe I could. Maybe it'd be good. No, I don't want to. No. In fact, I think I might have... Do I have... No, I don't. Or do I? No. I think I closed the... Or, oh, no, I have a Google Doc with it. Okay, yeah, I guess I can. Beep. Beep. But it's so tiny. Yeah, but like... So you, and like, you don't catch me complaining. So, 24 hours, eh? I think you can do it. I think you can do it, you know? I think you've got it. Get him? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? I just said I whiny. That means I love you. Why would you hit me after I say I love you? Do you hate me? I'm trying to give you something fun. I'm trying to do something fun for you. You know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? I'll post the video to Twitter. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because then at the very least you have to listen to that. Oh, do I have to put the licked attribution for that song? I think I do. Hold on, let me check. I'm the most evil cryptographer I'm like the Riddler, but I'm just sat here like blah 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 blah. It can't be used on Twitter, never mind. Alright, I guess I'll just have to copy and paste all of the emojis. I don't know if it really translates that well onto Twitter. Oh no, you know what? Actually, that does work. That does work. It looks even more intimidating on Twitter. All right. Just a screenshot would be so much funnier. Trust me, when you see what this looks like, just copy pasted raw into Twitter, you'll agree with me. It looks very scary. It looks very intimidating this way. It's like a big open field of a bunch of mooses and demons all just running around. I'm just gonna stay. Not the whole time. No, 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 no. I got other shit to do. Using the audio, can you do a cover with the jaw harp? I don't know how to make tunes with my jaw harp. I can just play it like. Yeah, I'm just gonna post the raw emojis. I think that's gonna be pretty good. Eh. Everyone's asking me questions. I have given you every clue that you need. I've given you every single clue you need. If I'm distracting you, like this stream, there's nothing else that you can learn on this stream. You might as well just close the stream and go and solve it if I'm distracting you. But I know you won't do that. I know you won't do that because you enjoy my company. Because, well, you whiny me too. Me oder Dashang. Not right now, anyway. It's my favorite nickname, I think. Hako-sama and Dashang are my favorite nicknames, I think. They're very funny. I really like them. You know, because my nickname in Japan sometimes is Hako-sama. Um, like I say, I've been very new to sort of VTuber Oshi idol culture for a long time. Um, and it took me a long time because I used to see in people's bios Hako Oshi, and I used to think because I now know that it means I Oshi everybody, or like I Oshi lots and lots of people. I Oshi everybody. Now I used to think because it said Hako Oshi, I used to think that was someone saying they Oshi'd me because Hako Sama, right? So whenever I saw that, I'd be like, oh, oh. But then I realized that's not what that meant at all, and I'm like, oh. Well, I mean, if they like everybody, that means they like me too. So I guess that's good. 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare. Man, I don't know how long I can. I don't know how long I can sit here. Not saying anything while watching people solve it is very tricky. But no, I will not. I will not. Yeah, I guess. I guess we can just kind of chill now. Dashan quiz. A quiz? We could do a little quiz. Little quiz. You know, maybe it's time for a little recap, huh? Yeah. Maybe it's time for a little recap. Just for those people, those of you who might be a little confused about everything going on. By the way, have you guys been I don't know how many of you saw this. I think a lot of you did. A lot of you have done by now. Obviously, we had um, the first two riddles, or well, you know, the first riddle with the one phrase, and then the 2 and 3, which had audio files, unlisted YouTube videos that you found. Um, the first of those videos is a recording, like I said. The third, the second video rather, is of a recorded conversation between myself and Vanta. Um, we're declining to comment on all of that at this time, but we're still bros, so there's nothing to worry about there. Um, I don't know if any of you guys checked out the audio from those. But there was some weird sounds going on there. Some weird sounds in those, you know? So I was like, what are those doing there, right? What are those doing? What's that all? What's that about, huh? What's that about? Yeah. What could that be about? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Address the elephant. Maybe I'll address it if you type. Why don't you type? Because I'm struggling to pass chat. I'm struggling to read through it. Okay. Why don't chat? Why don't you take what the hidden message is across those recordings? Why don't you put that in chat as often as you can? Why don't you spam chat with what it said? Why don't you spam chat with what it said? Just so that we all know. Just so that we all know exactly what it said. Go on. Go on. Right. Well, you've a keen eye. You've a keen eye, all of you. I'm very pleased to see that you've figured out everything that I've been laying down. And in fact, there's even more. There's even more to find at the end of this puzzle. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll address the elephant if you solve the puzzle on time. If you solve the puzzle on time, you'll have the final piece. And then I'll and then I'll explain. Otherwise, you're alright. So hop to it. Hop to it. Anyway. Well, I don't think the stream really gets affected by spamming. You see, from what I'm... Ignore my video game that I'm playing. I did my work. I get to relax now. God, yesterday was a toughie. Yesterday was a long day. I told you guys I had to leave stream to go and do something. Man, that was exhausting. Man, that was fucking exhausting. I got a GOG's task to do. Address the Dashang. Oh, right. Of course. I forgot it. Does it mean... Hang on. Does it mean elephant? Oh, yeah, of course. I got it confused with gorilla. So, gorilla is... Is it Xing Xing or Dashing Xing? Hang Oh, so it's da xing, and then da meaning large. I see, and then xing meaning just monkey or ape. Ah, I see. Da shang mean. Well, I'm flattered to be compared to an elephant. They're very beautiful creatures. Oh, I'm poisoned. Good lord. Good gracious me. What do we put on that that one track? Where is it? What do we put on that one? You know what? Yeah, I'm thinking about that one song that we played during my drunk stream. I want to listen to that right now. They're not calling me an elephant. It's big chest. Ooga boog, ooga booga. You know? Rinaria, thank you for the super. Forgot to say thank you. What's up? You know, I should leave a pinned message. The code has been revealed. Head to Twitter. Head to my Twitter to get started, work together, and have fun. You have 24 hours. Oh, new settled video. Alright, stream's over. Goodbye. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, hell yeah. Boom, boom, boom. It's the do. That doesn't sound right. Wait, where's the other? Which one do I like more? This is the one from actually in the game. This shit goes so hard. This is like if I'm... This is like me dragging myself out of the grave music. This is me, I'm a zombie and I'm covered in goo. Solve my riddle. Solve my riddle. Okay, everybody. No, I can't do that. I was about to say, super chat goal. Give me $1,000 for a hint. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. It'd be really funny, but no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I know you would, and that's why I'm not doing it, because I don't want to squeeze you like that, okay? If you send me super chat, it is out of the kindness of your own heart, and that is all. Or if somebody says supers are free and then everybody just starts being like, oh yeah, turn down the music. What about I turn myself up? How about that? What if I turn myself and the music up? Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. You know, maybe...
I've had enough of the voice filter, it's fine. I've had enough. I was never really on the radio. I'm just here. Bum, 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 bum. Do you love God? I'm a God-fearing man, if that's what you're asking. I would say I love the idea of the concept of God. I would say that. Guys, if you can guess what Slayer task I'm doing at the moment, you get a point. You get a point, guys. Do I have an interest in theology or something along those lines? I mean, I'm a demon. I'm sort of heavily related, you know, on a personal level to theological, you know, concepts and theories and so on. You know, just as a being, you know, I'm sort of related to folklore and theology and all of that. Are you smacking the rats? I'm gonna smack the rats in a minute if you don't shut the fuck up. That was mean. That was mean. That was so mean. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go kill the monster. I'm gonna kill the monster. Hantavirus! Everybody freak out! Hantavirus is coming! You remember that Cardi B video? Hantavirus is coming! It's not, guys. It's fine. Hope this joke ages poorly. Hantavirus, well, you know, I'm certainly open. I would rather not be proven wrong. Hantavirus only transmits between humans of it's a specific strain of hantavirus that is transmitted between human beings, and that is only with intimacy or a shared living space. So COVID-19 became a pandemic because it is highly transmissible. Many people had bad symptoms, but a lot of people had mild symptoms. COVID, you know, was, you know, some had flu-like symptoms, others had worse, but in general, you know, the disease was not as bad as it could have been. The danger was the fact that it was highly transmissible. Whereas hantavirus is a very deadly disease. 30 to 40% of people who catch it will die. However, it is very much not transmissible, usually only transmitted via rodents, rodent saliva, blood, and droppings. So just, if you know someone who has been, or has been around someone who has been sniffing rat shit, you're probably not going to catch it. You could even have a conversation with someone, you know, across the room who has hantavirus, and you'd probably be fine. I'm not recommending that. We got a... Do you excited about hantavirus? You know, as someone who actually dealt with a rat infestation in my own home over the last year, no, I don't really want to have hantavirus personally. I've been stressed about that enough. I've been worried about that enough. I'm gonna give a super chat. Alright, go on then, mate. Go on then. If you do, I'll say I love you and I'll give you a little kiss. How about that? You know something about the puzzle, while I was putting it all together, is I was thinking about the puzzle, and I was like, oh man. I'm always worried when I put them together, because I'm like, is this too hard? Is this too much? I had a moment where I was making the puzzle, and I saw all the pieces fit together, and I was like, oh yeah, this is just right. I really think it's just right. White official, thank you for becoming a member. Here's that kiss, mwah, and I do love you. You hear, see that, right? Bang. You know, the whole said hi thing is funny, because they keep looking at my phone while I'm watching it live on the YouTube Shorts, like a vertical stream. And I don't see the say hi button. You know, maybe they don't let demons have it. I'm surprised nobody recognizes this Slayer task. It's fairly iconic. Can't out Freddy Fazbear me. Maybe not. Was there ever a backup plan in case we didn't solve the first puzzle? Basically my plan was always that if you struggled to solve the puzzle, I would kind of like slowly dole out hints every day until you got it. But first puzzle, nobody needed it. Second puzzle, what happened with the second puzzle? There was a bit of, there needed to be like one hint or like a couple hints but that was because I made a mistake. I made a mistake with the alphabet system for the cipher. You know, and that's my bad. Been a year since the last time I saw you. Oh. It's alright. I'm still here, and I always will be. It's never too late to get a bit more my lord in your life. Would I ever get a Tumblr? I had a Tumblr back in the day. I was posting Raylos and all kinds of stuff. I was on Tumblr. I was on Tumblr. I have no desire to return to it. Oh, Star Wars. I just wish it's like I wish we could have gotten that Hunt for Ben Solo film, because that would have fixed everything. No, instead I like The Mandalorian, but it's like every few projects is like Grogu takes a bath, Grogu goes to the shop, and I'm like, I want to, I miss Adam Driver, I miss Kylo Ren, he's my favorite. Aww, Hikoko, thank you for the super. Happy 520 to you too. It's all right. Well, on the hour, I'm gonna leave you to your. I'm gonna leave you to yourselves. You can all scurry off, get the puzzle solved. We've got some very exciting things happening. Very exciting things happening if you solve it. But if you don't solve it, oh, I would hate to imagine. I would hate to imagine. To anyone asking for hints with the puzzle, you have every hint you need. You have every hint you need. Love you too. Love you too. You should be scared by the caption, though. The caption is an ultimatum. You do need to solve the puzzle within 24 hours. As a community, though, you don't have to do it by yourself. Am I catching chinchompers? No, I am not. I'm not. Good guess, though. Good guess, though, Lily. Does sound like you're bonking rats. They do sound a little bit like rats, but they're not rats. Slayer, level 80. Hooray. Don't want to solve it for me. Okay, yes. The answer is this. Stayed up all night making a cool puzzle for you. And it's like, I don't wanna. Too bad! Solve my puzzle, or you're not getting any dinner. Congratulations! It is gargoyles. I missed whoever said gargoyles first. You get a point. The point doesn't do anything for the puzzle, but you now have a point. Well done. Please let your face reveal, please! Look at my face! Look at my face! It's on the screen right now! This is my face! I'm sorry that some of you can't imagine that one person could be this clear-skinned and this beautiful. But I am. I've been face revealed this whole time. I face revealed from the moment I debuted. Mary Lively, thank you for the super. Glad to keep you company. Really glad to keep you company as always. Why am I vertical today? I don't know. I thought it'd be a fun idea. I really want to get back to Tomodachi Life. It was really fun when we did that stream. So you better solve the puzzle, or else they're gonna take my balls away. And I know I can't play Tomodachi Life without any balls, because I won't be able to put answers like gay sex in anymore, because I won't have the balls. I know, right? I know. So that's why you have to solve the puzzle, alright? No puzzle. No puzzle. No balls. No facial. Angelia, thank you so much for the super. Aini. Hope you've been having a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Good luck with the puzzle, by the way. I know. It's so sad. That's why you have to solve the puzzle, Mr. Fortnite.
Mr. Fortnite, you have solved my cool temple puzzle. My awesome smaller son will now hit the gritty just for you.
You're gonna graduate. No! When have I ever said I was gonna graduate? I have no plans. No plans to graduate. No plans at all, really. I have some plans. Why are your lives 18 plus? Because I make all kinds of jokes about cum and cock and sex, and I don't really want anyone under the age of 18 hearing those. Personally, it's just preference for me, really. I enjoy having discussions on a level that are compatible with adults and that younger viewers may find confusing or perhaps controversial. You know, I like to be able to have a bit of a debate that won't immediately be misinterpreted by someone who is too young to understand. You know, I got nothing against you guys. If you know, I don't hate you, but I just, you know, I would like to be able to relax around, you know, people I know I'm not going to traumatize when I make a joke about cock or cum. You know, it just doesn't really feel right. Well, Aini. You're my base of VTuber. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. You will never lose me. You hear that? You will never lose me. Is that your real hair? Yes, look. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. Who said that? Who said that? Was it like it wasn't Jaden Smith, it was Willa Smith, right? Or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure that was her. I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth. That's me. Nah. Wallflower, thank you for the super. Wall Aini. I'm not telling you. No hints, no hints. Cindy, thank you for the super. I want to say wo ya Aini. Going back to solve the puzzle. All right, well, thank you, Cindy. Mwah, 谢谢. Love Cake, thank you so much for the super. Can't hear what's going on, but it sure looks like some serious business. It is some pretty serious business. Well, you better, you know, if you're into clue solving, you better head to Twitter because it's right there. In fact, for anyone who's joined recently, shall I show the code again? I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be funny if I showed the code again. All right, everybody, get ready. Here's a refresher for you. It's also a great song. Let's be real, I'm kind of a genius for this. The slow reveal, it's beautiful. Isn't classical music so great? God damn. I regret that I was alive when, you know, all of this stuff was coming out, and I never really got to go to a concerto like this. I mean, God, can you imagine? Can you imagine being there in person at the time? Most I ever got was a loot around a campfire. Back in my day. Veronica, thank you for the super. Lots of love. Ah, thank you. Mwah. Lots of love to you too. Wapo. I like that name. Wapo. And the funny thing is, I added a black screen at the end of that video, assuming that it would be a black screen, but it's actually a white screen because of the portrait mode, so it just kind of has a black cube in the middle. But you know, we can't make everything perfectly at the end of the day. There are all kinds of things. There are lots of movies where you can see a cameraman in the background, you know? I'm sure that there are people making... You know what's funny? Imagining the amount of time... When I edit videos, when I've edited The Demon Hungers and Minotaur, the amount of things, you know, there are a few goofs in there. The amount of times that I would have, like, watched those scenes through repeatedly, only to just not notice a goof up until it's already been released and it's too late to change. Sometimes it just happens. You get 2 tunnel vision. Katkitoshi, thank you for the super. Thank you for keeping me company during work hours and for the stream. Sure, we'll figure this out. Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm glad to keep you guys company for a little while. It's one of my favorite things to do. Really, it might be my favorite thing to do. Sable! Sable! Welcome in, Sanyans. Come on in. Everybody, I've got a big announcement for you guys because we are working on a puzzle together. I have made a puzzle with some very, very difficult clues, and what my kindred are trying to do right now is to solve my cool puzzle. Now, the thing about it is that it's very difficult to solve by yourself, so, you know, that's why I'm saying, everybody, let's come together. You guys solve it as a community. Can the kindred and the Sanyans solve the puzzle with their powers combined? Maybe. I think you guys can do it. I think you can. Yeah, just in case you missed it. Just in case you missed it. Sanyans, check this out. Here's the puzzle. Are you ready? This is my gender reveal. I am all of these are my gender. The woke left. Where did they go? Bring them back! They need to solve the puzzle! Anyway, we just heard the song, but there you go. That's the puzzle. You may need to chat with some other... You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'll do? So what I posted, I've posted the links to the other puzzle answers before, just to help people get caught up to speed. I might make a little thread on Twitter after the stream is over, just to be like, hey, everybody, in case you need a hand with, in case you need a hand with the puzzle, do you guys need help? Save yourselves. No. Unite. Fight. Win. You can beat me in my puzzle. I know you can. I'm gonna have a new song, new outfit. No. I'm gonna have a brand new pair of roller skates, but I'll give you the key. How about that? I got a brand new pair of roller skates. I'll give you the key. The better version of that. Oh, you've got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. My. Is it an ARG? You know, I wonder, is it an ARG? I mean, what is the actual definition? Define ARG. It's going to come out and say, ARG is commonly said by pirates. Alternate reality. Well, kind of, but I'm not having anybody going to the field of corn in Ohio to track down Waldo. But are you AI? That's right. I'm not just AI. I'm... What else do AIs say typically? I'm not just AI. I'm... No, I mean... No, I'm not. I'm just a bloke, okay? Yes, it's a clue scroll. Correct, actually. Correct. ARGs could be in the internet only? Okay, well, I guess... No, it's just a, you know... It's a game. It's a puzzle. Come on, guys. Blah, la, 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 la. Do you want to do... Solve my cool puzzle, guys. Solve my cool puzzle. Solve my cool puzzle or I will cry. And I'm a grown man. I'm going to blub like a big baby. That's why you need to do it, because it's because I'm never gonna live it down. I'm gonna sit there and cry like a big baby, and then half of you are gonna feel really bad for me, and half of you are gonna get like really, really hard watching me sob and cry, which, you know, I don't have a comment on that. That's just a phenomenon that I've observed, you know, around and about. And this is why we have the warning about 18 plus, because I just want to be able to, you know, crack a few cold ones like that without worrying about anyone's parents getting upset at me. I think that's reasonable. Give me an animal fact. Did you know that a baby elephant, I learned this today, a baby elephant does not know from birth that its trunk is a part of its body. And so you can observe a lot of baby elephants tripping over their trunks and also taking time to learn how to use them. And it's very cute. You see, the thing about these babby monkeys, elephants, I was thinking about monkeys. These baby elephants is that they actually need help to learn how to use their trunks. So it takes them a few years to learn how to use them. So what elephants will typically do when they drink water is that they will kind of, you know, they suck the water up into their trunk, and then they bring the trunk into their mouth, and then they spray the water. They spray the water into their mouth, okay? But baby elephants they don't really have the wherewithal to do that yet. So, you know, it just takes some time to learn. Oh my fucking Jesus Christ. Sorry, the superior Necreal just killed, like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage those guys do. I forgot about that. Fuck me. My fault for playing blind bag. I just thought it would be cool. Give us a monkey fact. Monkey fact. Did you know that there was a baboon? End of story. There was a baboon. There was a baboon who was in the South African army during the First World War, and because one of the soldiers had him as a pet monkey, and he refused to leave him behind, so he brought that monkey to the war, and the monkey licked his master's wounds in order to stop him from getting an infection, and he knew all of the marching drills. He knew all of he marched with the other soldiers, and he was generally displayed excellent conduct, even though he was a baboon. And even during the war, he actually sustained multiple injuries and lost a leg, but he survived. He survived the war, and upon his return, he was given a medal. I believe he was promoted to sergeant or lieutenant or something like that, one of the higher ranking ranks within the military, and I believe to this day he is one of the highest ranked military animals of all time. So there you go. Now, another fun story is that there was like a railway conductor who, I think also from South Africa, who bought a baboon, because this is like the 1800s, you know, there were no animal welfare laws really, you know, so you could just buy a baboon if you wanted to, and he had a pet baboon, and he taught him how to operate the railway controls. I believe this is after he was injured and he struggled to do his job, but I might be remembering wrong. So the baboon, right, he teaches him basically like pull these levers when the trains come, and do this, do that. And the baboon learned, and apparently after he was investigated by the railway authority, they said, well, this baboon is doing an excellent job. He is allowed to continue doing his job. And as the legend goes, he never once made a single mistake in all of his years. I believe he worked on the train tracks for some 15, 20 years, and he never made a single mistake, even though he was a baboon. There you go. So that's my fact about baboons. 2 facts about baboons, and a fact about an elephant. So never say that you're not the luckiest fans in the whole world, because you is. Oh, kindred, my kindred. Do we know how many steps this puzzle requires? No! You have everything you need. I'm telling you right now, you have everything you need. It's been like 1 hour. It's been 1 hour. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, guys. There's no need to panic. Permission to touch floofy demon hair. Okay. Go on then. Go on then. Enjoy it while you can, before you inevitably fail at the puzzle. No, I'm sure you can do it. I know you guys can do it. I know you too well. You're too smart. You're too genius. That is Wildheart, thank you for the super. Speaking of animals, just found out about the existence of a cod the other day. Cod? What is that? Oh, kitty. That's cute. Wow, he looks kind of angry though. Julia, thank you so much for the super. So I'm not listening. Just want to come by and say Otsu for designing it. Don't usually celebrate 520, but you make days like this feel truly special. Waini, thank you so much for the super. Waini, you too. Mwah. Hype my IQ some more. Bro's IQ is bro is not LARPing. Bro's IQ is goated. Bro's IQ is multiversal level. My IQ can't even solve Sudoku. You want to know something? I'm pretty bad at Sudoku as well. So don't worry about it. It's okay to not be amazing at, you know, I think Sudoku's hard. I mean, some Sudoku is easy. They have different levels, but I think Sudoku is you know, some tricky stuff sometimes. Niji power scaling. I did that one time. People were very upset with me. Ebony's Serenade, thank you for the super. I'm traveling to see my ma, and her tiny cat is with me. She'd fit perfectly in one of those narrow shoe boxes, built like a possum. So cute. Oh, no, shoot. Oh, that's really cute. I love possums because the way they play death, it's not like they play dead by choice. Their playing dead is an involuntary survival mechanism. And so it's crazy to just watch those videos of possums getting stressed out and then they just bleh. The way Rosemary went live. Yeah, okay. I know. Listen, okay. This is a little known fact from me. So, obviously, nowadays it's common knowledge to all of you that while she was still with us, Rosemi Lovelock, and still is, Satan, right? A significantly higher ranked and more powerful demon than myself. So, I obviously knew this going in. I had obviously knew this. In fact, we had met before a very long time ago. Obviously. I was very well aware of this. So in that power scaling stream where I said, she's a flower, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do, right? I was just rage baiting. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was half being like, I don't know if she wants this information that public, and half, this will be really funny, and that shit worked. That shit worked like a fucking dream. Let me put that funny song back on. Yeah. Did-in. 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 Bim 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 bam bam dum 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 bam dum dum bam bam dum 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 boom bum 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 bum. A bit lost? Well, okay, when the stream ends, in fact, I'll probably end the stream fairly soon. When the stream ends, remember, I gave you guys some sort of vague instructions, but, you know, before I showed the code. You have everything you need. That's all I'm gonna say. Just, you know, you have everything you need. Don't lose hope. And work together, right? Work together. You have some findings. Report it to the group. Tell everybody. Ooh, snake grass seed. That's nice. Bum 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 da 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 da. Does it have anything to do with Portal? Alright, that's a big hint coming in now, guys. Big hint. No. Nothing to do with Portal at all. What's the hashtag? If you want to tweet about this, just use the live tag. You know what? I'm putting this on screen just to make sure there's no... Want to tweet about the puzzle? Hashtag Vox Populive. I want to do that thing Claude does where he puts like the ticker... You know, like the rotating, revolving text. There you go. See? This is because the more you tweet on this tag, the more likely it is. Vertical mode blocks it on mobile. Really? Where can I put it? Like up there? Up there? Okay, it's above my head. Wait, what? Let me duck. There I am. Juju, thank you so much for the super. Among the NIJISANJI members, you're my favorite. Thank you. That's so kind of you to say. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you too. Thank you. Arigato. Juju, daisuki. Now I'm behind chat. I'm hiding. Can't see me, can you? Bading. Do you mean balding? Is it that like you think I've got like a wig on because I'm like insecure? I'm not showing the back of my head because I'm insecure because I'm going bald. Well, the truth is, guys, I got plenty of hair. But the truth is, my dad is bald, so there's a non-zero chance that one day I will be bald. Because you're a bad boy. Oh, sure, you naughty, you're a bad girl. I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. Do you sing? What do I sing? What's the song that I sing? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound, was blind, but now I see. I said I was God-fearing earlier. Sunny Brisco! Tadaima! Konbanwa! Whatever it is. Konbanwa Briskadet. Everybody, check it out. I have a big... God damn it. We had a Sable raid. Okay, everybody, Briskadettes, come on in. Love you all. Happy to have you. So, here's what's going on. I have a big puzzle for you all. Recently, I've been doing cryptic messages and what some people call an ARG. And the final puzzle has been released now. You may see a strange series of emojis on my Twitter. Well, that's a clue for a puzzle, and you've got to solve it. All the kindred are working together. It's too hard, I think, to solve by yourself, so you can work together. If you want to work with the kindred to try and solve the puzzle, you have 24 hours to do it. By 11 p.m. JST tomorrow, the deadline for solving the puzzle will be done. I'll probably give you a bit of leeway because I showed it later on stream, so more like midnight JST tomorrow. But I'm sure you will have solved it by then because you're so smart, aren't you? You're so clever. Kakaru Hung, thank you so much for the super. And Yukimi, thank you for the super. I'm glad you've been having fun with the puzzles. Better praise us a lot. Oh, I will. Trust me, I think it'll be well. I think after 9 years in development, hopefully, it will have been worth the wait. Guys, Briskadettes, check it out. Here's the puzzle. You ready? This is the 4th time I've shown this on stream today. This is such a beautiful piece of music, and I know some of you are going to feel traumatized by it every time you hear it out of context in the future. And there it is. You have, I repeat, you have everything you need. You might think that this is ridiculous, but you have everything you need. This is what I've trained you for. Every single moment that I gave you something that seemed impossible, you rose to the challenge and you figured it out. For this puzzle, you have everything you need. We're moving? Good. Very good. Anyway. It's great music, but you know, I've shown it on, you know, I've shown it enough times. Although that is my ending slide, so I think I'm probably going to wind up showing it a 5th time. Wallflower, thank you very much for the super. I'd like to apologize for any discomfort. Oh, not at all. Not at all. I do see this sometimes from people. I do see some people say, like, I hope my messages on Streamlabs don't make you uncomfortable. I hope that, you know, that I haven't just crossed the line. Never. I mean it. I mean it. Every dono I get on Streamlabs makes me smile. I really do mean that. Like, there was a thing, like, a long time ago, I used to get weird messages on Streamlabs that were, like, you know, very aggressive. But these people were trying to, you know, upset me, and they were trying to cross a line to like, you know, push a boundary, whatever. They knew what they were doing. Everyone who sends me a message on Streamlabs in good faith and like who just is if you have good intentions, I promise you I will never be upset by that. Never. Every message you guys have sent me has been really, really nice and kind, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. Some of them are a little more than kind, but you know. Whatever it is that you like to do, it always brings a smile to my face. Love your earring. Thank you. Thank you. I've had it a long time. Had it a long time. What was the answer? People still looking for it. They're still trying. You need to get in social spaces, get on social media, get to all of the places online. Work together to solve the answer. You have 24 hours, remember, 24 hours to solve it together. I'm not answering any questions. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. If I told you what the method was that you needed to use, there wouldn't be much of a puzzle, would it? Come on. Someone explain? Yes. It's basically like an ARG. Oh, that's true. Okay. Good luck. Kiss good luck. You can do it, okay? I know you can. What would hypothetically happen if you don't solve it? Everybody dying. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This is a threat of violence, and MI6 should take what I'm saying very, very seriously. It's gonna be a real bloodbath, so you know, you better solve that puzzle, all right? Okay, no, listen, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I was acting. Or was I? Any possible games you want to stream in future? I don't know. You know, I've been thinking recently about some stuff that I would like to do. They include watching the new season of Invincible. I got through a few episodes of that, but I haven't finished it yet. You know, a few things I want to do. Might have a wank later. You know, it's always nice. Yeah, you know, watch some telly. I'm always playing RuneScape. You know, there's a few things I can do with my day. Why? Is there something important? Is something going on? Need some help with that? No, I'm really good at it, thanks. Oh! Maybe. Teehee. First impression of me. It's a really good first impression, isn't it? I play more Tomodachi Life? Yes. No, that is true, actually. I will play more Tomodachi Life. It was really good fun. It was really, really good fun. Ranked Zerking. Are you in the Jerkmate Championships? Imagine that you and Bro was such regulars on Jerkmate that you were able to recognize, that you like bump into each other and you're able to recognize each other by cock alone. Imagine that. You're like, oh my god, I would know Bro's foreskin anywhere. That's an interesting question, chat. Would you, if you, do you think if like, if there was like a prison style lineup of like 5 different guys with their pants down, do you think you could tell which one was me? If you couldn't see my face? Meditate on this. Hey Kurt, thank you for the super. Are the range of the relevant hints limited to the past puzzles in this particular stream? Do you need to reference anything else you've said or done in the past? Yeah. Okay. I'll say yeah. 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 Yukimi, thank you so much for the super. Cling to your cheek a little as a... Okay. Yeah, to which part? Yeah. Yeah, you know. Yeah. Very lively. Yeah, that's... Alright, well we gotta get your revision started. Gotta get you studying. Can my grandma get a shout out? No! I haven't met the lady. I don't want to shout out someone I don't know. Imagine I shout out this guy's grandma. It turns out, you know, she's got like cancelled. Imagine that. You're mean. Yeah. Yeah, I am. But, you know, it could be worse. I could be a murderer. But nobody's ever cared about that. Or just water under the bridge, really. Play more of the series. I've been thinking about playing more Resident Evil. Yeah, you know, it might be good. Misty, thank you for the super. I have a riddle for you. Oh, for me. Me? Okay. If you've got me, you want me to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. What am I? If you've got me, you want to share me. If you share me, you haven't kept me. That's a good one. If you've got me, you want to share me. Well, first of all, that's wrong. If I've got you, I want you all to myself. But in the context of the riddle, if you share me, you haven't kept me. Oh, well done, guys, giving me the fucking answer. Well done for giving me the fucking answer in chat. It's a secret. I glance at chat to read the riddle and I see the answer everywhere. Guys, come on, that was a riddle for me. Misty's $5. Don't read chat. The riddle is in chat. What do you want me to do? I have tunnel vision. I don't have laser vision. I tunnel vision. I can tunnel vision on a concept or an activity. I can't tunnel vision on 2% of my vision. Jesus Christ, what do you think I'm do you think I'm like fucking Legolas with my elven eyes? Ignore us. You're a bright flashing green name with text flying past the screen. Lock in. You better lock your fucking doors tonight before I come in and I turn you into human soup. Jesus Christ. Serves you right for disrespect to my grandma. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You know, I'm not saying she has been cancelled. I'm saying, what if? I don't know. I'm sure she's a lovely lady. I love my grandma too. Don't pick a fight with a cactus. That was just plain weird. What's that sound? I don't know. Say, thank you for the gifted. Thank you so much. Mwah. Very nice of you. Do you guys ever like leg bounce? You know the thing where you're just sat down and then your leg starts bouncing when your leg does the thing? I think I might be the world champion of the leg bounce. I think that, like, I literally every time I sit down, I'm just going. I just... It's like, it's a problem. I do it all the time. I never notice I'm doing. Like, listen to this, listen to this. It happens every time. It happens to the point where if ever I'm out to dinner, or in any context, if I'm sat with my mum in any context, she'll always just put a hand on my knee and be like, "Son, stop." And I'm like, "I'm sorry." And then 2 seconds later, I'm doing it again because I don't know. I don't mean to do it. I don't have any kind of, you know, jellies. Oh. People were convinced I was zerking it. So, do you think I could ever like get away with jacking it on stream if I just told people I was bouncing my leg? Yeah, baby, I'm really into self-soothing repetitive motion. Might be one of my favorite things. But I'd be really more into some just soothing repetitive motion from you, really. You know, it's like the one is fine, but the alternative I think is much preferable for me. It's a good form of calf exercise. I mean, I do have really toned legs, but I think this is mostly because I walk a lot. Generally like, you know, I think I'm in pretty good shape. You know, I work out. I think I'm in pretty good shape, but I think that my legs in particular are in impeccable shape because a while ago, a few decades ago, you know, when I was teaching, I used to live basically I used to live up a really fucking big hill from the school I worked at, right? So I was walking up and down this colossal hill for like 20 minutes, half an hour, pretty much every day or 5 days a week. And the thing is about me, I wasn't diagnosed at the time, but, you know, I do have ADHD. And what I had realized is I forget everything, you know. So when you go in, you need to remember certain things. You need to remember, like, you know, if you've been marking, you need to remember to bring the books in. You need to do this. I had a really massive rucksack that had everything in it. Every single thing I would possibly need for my day at work, I would bring every single day. So there were things in there that I wouldn't need 360 out of the 365 days of the year, but I would bring it with me every day because I knew I would forget otherwise or I would lose it. So I was basically carrying a small, like kind of just a really heavy bag, a really heavy bag on my back up a really big ass hill for 30 minutes a day because I was forgetful. And so that led to me having really nice toned legs. And that's one thing I say about myself, you know? I think I've got nice legs. I could say that pretty confidently. Is that why I do that? ADHD makes people do a lot of things, and it varies from person to person, you know. For me, I don't really get the hyperactive part a lot of the time. For me, it makes me very lethargic most of the time. But, you know, the big thing for me is that I would, you know, it's what my parents used to say. You'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on. In fact, they still say that. How heavy was it? 10 kilograms? I don't know. There was loads and loads of books and stationery in there, basically. Well, guys, it's been a good stream, but I've distracted you long enough. The puzzle is out there. The game is on. So what you need to do now is to make me proud. You've done everything that you've got everything you need. Like I've said 1,000 times, you're making good progress already, I'm sure, but don't worry. Okay, guys, listen carefully to me. I know. Where, my Oshi? Where? Listen. Okay, we got another riddle. Never mind, I'm staying. I cannot talk, but I'm not scrolling down in chat, so I don't get the answer. I cannot talk, but I always reply when spoken to. What am I? A mirror? Mirari. I think that's a mirror. Because when you speak to a mirror, the mirror will... it's either a mirror or it's an echo. You know, an echo can't really speak on its own. It must, you know, you sort of... Maybe like a cave. I think a mirror makes sense. Or just in general, a reflection. How about that? Okay, I'm going to look at chat. Did I get it right? Alexa? It's Echo. Oh, it's Echo. Wait. Echo. Wait, that's not right. We're a very small cave. Reverb effects. Here we go. Reverb. How do I change the reverb? Reverb. find the setting for it on here. It's all gone missing. Pad setting. Oh, there you are. Preset. Stage. Hello. Wait. Hall. Hello. And now, how do I wait? Echo. How do I add the echo? Hello. It's not great, is it? Come on. Time. Ah. No. Ah. No. What the fuck? This isn't reverb at all. This is... Wait, it is reverb. I want one that's like long, like I'm in a cave, you know? Laura, thank you for the super. Echo is right. Yukimi, thank you for the super. Don't apologize to me. You've got nothing to worry about. Sorry. No need to apologize to me. You are the loveliest, nicest, most beautiful thing. You don't have to apologize for anything. You have done nothing wrong ever in your life. I know this and I love you. Will this stream be turned into a VOD? Yes, it will be a VOD, because I'm sure that some of you will want to rewatch the beginning to see if there is any sneaky hints that I've dropped. Can I kiss in echo? Let's see. Mwah. Ah. How? Come on. Let me... O, E, O, A, I, A, U, A, I, I, A, U, A, U. Skibbity wibbity. Yeah, this reverb just doesn't really go very far. Sad. Nana say thank you very much for this, for the gifted. Thank you so much. Mwah. That's very kind of you. Mwah. Keep distracting him so he won't leave. You want the VOD or not? I'm not gay, but okay, I guess. Hey, there's always time. There's always time to experiment a little bit. You know? Being in a gay relationship is great because, you know, it's like, you know, you have your partner and love your life, but also it's also a bro, you know? You're both boys. That's the most exciting part. What? Faith, thank you for the super. Hello. Just got out of work. I'm eating a pizza. Eating a pizza pretzel. That sounds really good. Are you doing well? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Everybody is doing real good. Aren't we, guys? Aren't we, kindred? Lily, thank you for the super. Riddle for you in Streamlabs. Oh, let me check. Let me have a look at this. Let me have a look, see. Oh, the coppers is it, so... The coppers. Every man has one. Some are big, some are small. It feels great when you blow it, but it drips if you aren't careful. What is it? Every man has one. Some are big, some are small. Feels great when you blow it, but it drips if you aren't careful. Every man has one. It drips if you aren't careful. Nose! 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 I knows! I knows! It's nose. It has to be, because you can blow your nose, right? Birthday candles. Not every man has birthday candles. Not every year. Some guys don't have birthday candles every day. say, I miss you too. I miss you too. Don't worry. Don't worry, everybody. Just solve the puzzle. And all will be the way it should be. React to TF2, meet them all. No. I've seen them all before, and they're good fun. But I don't really know what else I could really add with a reaction to video game trailers from like 2008. I don't know if I could really. I've seen them quite a few times. The game, Watson, is Aussie. I think 10 times before sending a message, and these people send whatever they want. Well, that's the best part, right? In my chat, that's something I want to, as you can read the rules, and, you should try and follow the rules, but once you do, you can say whatever you like. If you follow the rules, you can say whatever you like, and I'm not going to judge you. I might get a little mad as a, funny way, but you shouldn't worry about it. You don't need to think that hard. You can just sink in, enjoy the vibes, and it's a pretty welcoming place, at least as far as I can tell. Put a big emphasis on being nice. Am I getting kidnapped? Yeah, sorry. I didn't think you're going to get here so soon, but we were just finished, debriefing. All right, guys, let's get them. I don't really understand the whole like, can I get a shout out thing? Because it's like, I'm going to give a shout out to someone that I've like organically decided, I want to give recognition to this person, but it's like, you show up to a channel and ask, it's like, what am I shouting out exactly? Like someone I don't really know, or what would, what would you do? Like check out this, to be fair, there used to be a time, I'm old enough to remember a time on YouTube when one shout out from a successful YouTuber could make your whole career. It just doesn't really happen that way anymore. I mean, kind of, but you need sort of more continuous engagement, really. It's like, the big example, obviously it's kind of hilarious to talk about these days, but this character, maybe I shouldn't even name him, but there was a certain YouTuber who was very popular back in the day, not so much anymore, who was not succeeding on YouTube, and then got one YouTube comment from Ray William Johnson one day, and then blew up instantly. Just like, all it took was Ray William Johnson showing up in the comments one day, and then his career completely took off. It doesn't really, that doesn't really happen anymore. Mr. Beast is in everybody's fucking comment section. Who the fuck is Ray William Johnson? Oh my god, I'm so old, but Ray William Johnson's career began and ended in the most recent, I guess, 5-10% of my life. Yeah, 5%. Less, really. Ray William Johnson was a YouTuber who did react videos in a show called Equals 3, where he would show you 3 videos from the internet that were going viral and would do a little reaction to them. He's still going on Facebook, I think. He's still doing comedy sketches on Facebook. But yeah, he quit YouTube a while ago. His channel is still going. Under a different name, being run by different people. But at one point, Ray William Johnson was the most subscribed channel on YouTube next to Smosh. They're so insane to think about. Do you guys remember the good old days? I mean, I don't really know if these were the good old days per se. Where the 2 most subscribed YouTube channels were Smosh and Ray William Johnson. It wasn't even PewDiePie back then. Wasn't even PewDiePie. And Mr. Beast, well, Mr. Beast has only been the most subscribed for the past few years. But I mean, Mr. Beast has cleared the most subscribed by a pretty substantial margin. You know, you do have to kind of give the guy credit for that. It is insane how much it's changed. Yeah, I think that basically it's just people learned more about how YouTube worked on a program level, how to appeal. It's all about the algorithm, and that's what sort of Mr. Beast was talking about. He said that him and his friends just sat down one day and were like, we are going to crack the mystery of the algorithm and understand exactly what it is that works. And they did. By God, they did. It worked. The fact that, like, I remember the old subscribe to PewDiePie trend. Oh, I'm 50. Well, you're welcome to come back in 3 years' time. But yeah, very much for 18 and over. That's my preference. But thank you for cooperating. Anyway, I'm old enough to remember the whole subscribe to PewDiePie thing, where it was all about how T-Series was gonna overtake him as the most subscribed YouTube channel, and I think it was very compelling at the time because PewDiePie is one guy, whereas T-Series is a large corporation that uses content. It's all it's Indian films, music, and so on. Will I remember to unban them in 3 years? No. No, I won't. But you never know. Oh, I'm 83. Slayer. But yeah. Oh my God, Tender Dream. Thank you so much for the gifted. I can't remember if I thanked you or not, but thank you so much. Yeah, what was I going to say? Anyway, it was compelling for that reason. But it was kind of a, widely understood that even though because of that trend, PewDiePie's channel grew by such an unbelievable margin. I mean, he had been around as one of the biggest channels on YouTube already, and then he like doubled his subscriber count because of that. It was a big deal. It was a big deal. But by the end of it, it was sort of understood that, T-Series is this Indian YouTube channel, and India has a massive population, and this channel is able to upload faster than PewDiePie ever could. We were like, well, you know what? It's okay. It's okay if T-Series overtakes him because he is just one guy, and he still has the crown of being an individual who has the most subscribers. And that was sort of, the round ending, and, that was that. Meanwhile, well, not meanwhile, but a few years later, now Mr. Beast is significantly more subscribed than T-Series. And I mean, he was one guy, but now Mr. Beast himself is the owner of an enormous corporation, that's able to do all of this stuff. But to be fair, it's not as though he's not making his own content. He is, at the very least, making his own stuff. He just has the benefit of an enormous amount of capital to do so with. It's not ideal. It's not the kind of content that I would choose to make if I was in his position. I would consider doing like one or two. If I had that much money, I would consider making like a few videos like that, because I think a few of them are fun. I think a few of those are like kind of ingenious in concept, like the Squid Game one, even though it kind of, disregards the point of the original show. It's still a good bit of fun. We all like a bit of crab game, right? Let's not act like that's not the same thing. It's not the best content, but it is fun. It is fun. If I was to do something like that, it's like, oh, we have to do this thing, but then there's thousands of dollars. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to do. But, I guess it is interesting to watch from an observer's point of view, just to see how far that sort of a thing can go, really. What would you do if you were the most subscribed channel? I would probably... It's a good question. To be honest, right, I think I would just have to undergo a pretty massive change to my content, to be honest. Like, let's be honest, right? This channel is kind of at the perfect size. Yes, meat reveal, because it would be at around that. Which I guess kind of defeats the point of what I was about to say. It's like, because at this size, I feel like my channel, it's quite easy to moderate and manage the community. And so if I say I would like for my audience to be 18 plus only, I can sort that out. Now, I'm not saying I want growth. I want to grow. I want to see, more people coming and watching the stream. But there's a difference between like me growing within a reasonable margin and then me having the most subscribed channel on YouTube. It would hit a point where I'm like, even with those rules, there's no way I can stop, people under the age of 18 from watching my content. So I think I would just have to undergo a massive change. I would just have to undergo a massive change to my content so that it would be, more appropriate for all audiences. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind that. I think I would still have a lot of fun. It likely wouldn't be live because I struggle to not swear when I'm just talking. But I think I would still come up with some really good ideas for things to do just as videos. I think I would still make some good stuff. But, we've been really successful. I mean, more than 1 million subscribers is insane, absolutely insane. But it's still a very, very far cry from most subscribed on the platform. And I mean, Mr. Beast has hundreds of times more subscribers than I do. And that's the way it is. I think I'm quite content with what we have. I think I'm quite content. Teach the kids British curse words. No, I'm not teaching a load of impressionable American children the word cunt. I don't think that's a very good idea. I mean, it's not British, by its origin, I don't think, but we definitely say it a little bit over here. I mean, that'd be kind of cute, though. That'd be kind of cute, though, like reading stories. I would like that. I think I'd do good at that. I think I would read a mean Gruffalo. I would read a mean Gruffalo. I'd be the best at reading the Gruffalo. You guys, we have any Gruffalo stands in here? Any Gruffalo stands in the chat? I feel like the Gruffalo, it's always sweet to me when an English character sort of becomes very popular overseas, like in Asia, for example. The big one is, I love how Wallace and Gromit is so popular, especially Gromit in Korea. I love hearing about this, how Gromit is really popular in Korea, and it's like Gromit is fashionable. I think that's so fun because, Wallace and Gromit is just goofy. Wallace and Gromit it's just a man and his dog from Leeds or wherever it is, up north. And that's kind of it. There's nothing more to really worry about. I'm Albanian, so I don't know what Gruffalo is. What a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why didn't you know? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart on the end of his nose. And you know what they say, his favorite meal. I can't say that. I can't say that. Well, it's not bad. Like it's not like political or anything. It's just because they said I don't know what the Gruffalo is. I'm Albanian, and so I was gonna say, because in the Gruffalo, the whole flow of it is, oh, a Gruffalo, didn't you know, describes the Gruffalo and says, oh, and his favorite meal is whatever animal he's talking to and some food, right? And what's it? Hang on, wait. The Gruffalo. I'm trying to remember what one of the rhymes is. I've not read it in a long time. Hold on. Oh, that's it. So I would say, he has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. Where are you meeting him? Here, by this stream. And his favorite food is Albanian ice cream. Albanian ice cream. To-wit-to-woo. What is goodbye in Albanian? Albanian ice cream, miru pafshim. Unique, thank you for the super. Little TMI. Yesterday I dreamt that you were singing my country's national anthem at my birthday party. That's not TMI at all. It sounds like a lovely dream. Mwah. Hope you had a lovely birthday in your dream. Damien, All right, you have a riddle for me. Finally free from college. Can you finish a book without finishing a sentence? Well, you know, if you stimulate it in the right spots. Can you finish a book? Where can you finish a book without finishing a sentence? Where can you finish a book without finishing? That's a good question. That's a good one. Where can you finish a book without finishing a sentence? I'm definitely looking into this too. I'm looking at it too literally. Where can you finish a book? Where can you finish a book without finish a book? Without finishing a sentence. You know something? I don't know. Finish a book. Finish a book. Now finishing a sentence. Finish a book without finishing a sentence. You know something I don't know. Or do I? Or do I? Or do I? Jail. Prison library. Prison library. Prison library. There you go. Chat-sama, thank you for the super. Lovely to see you again. How have you been? Here's another riddle. Oh, everybody's getting revenge with their own riddles. I'm a mother and a father, but I've never given birth. I'm rarely still, but I never wander. What am I? I'm a mother and a father, but I've never given birth. I'm rarely still, but I never wander. I'm a mother and a father, but I've never given birth. I'm rarely still, but I never wander. Something about a programming language. They have like the whole parent-child system and those things. You know, that does a little something sometimes. Mother and a father, never given birth. I'm rarely still, but I never wander. Mother and a father. This one's rarely still, but I never wander. I guess I feel like riddles rarely go into like the truly like metaphorical sense of it. You know, it's not going to be like, oh, the concept of some idea raising somebody. Sparkling water. No. Mother and father. I don't know. This one's really stumping me, actually. I think it's hard. Hang on. Okay. I decided that I probably couldn't get it, right? And so I looked at chat, a tree. How do you find tree? Mother and a father? Like, I guess because the acorns fall off the tree? That's, you know, not all trees propagate in that manner. I guess trees all do, you know, tree never gives birth, you know, but trees have to come from somewhere. I'm never still, but I'm rarely, I'm like, what is it? Damien, thank you for this super. Glad I got it right. Rarely still, but I never wander. I guess it's because they're blowing in the wind, and they're also always growing. Moved by the breeze. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. No, I never would have gotten that. Good riddle. Good riddle. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Trees have wood to nurture life, give shelter and shade, and stand rooted. Well, that's kind of what I mean, is like, I feel like, you know, one of my ideas I had was like television, which, you know, because it's more metaphorical, you know, being raised by television. You know, you'd never given birth, but you're a parent to millions, really. It was a tree. Oh, interesting. Well, thank you for the riddle. And then, you know, I'm never still, but I rarely wander. A TV doesn't wander off, but obviously stuff's always on the screen. So it's always moving around. That was an idea I had. But I thought, okay, well, you know, it's too metaphorical. It's a little too weird. It's kind of an interesting interpretation of it, I think. Wow. You guys are so mean. I was trying to wrap up bloody ages ago. And here we still are. Here we still are. After all this time. I'm still streaming. Better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor. Ever since I was a little kid. But I'm still streaming. After all this time. You gotta solve the pieces of my riddle for the... While you still have time. I'm still streaming. Yeah. Go on. Big up Elton John. Elton George. Alright guys, I do have to wrap up now. There's lots of various things going on that I need to see to. You wouldn't believe how busy I am right now. Seriously, you wouldn't Adam and Eve it, is all I'm going to say. So I'm going to end stream now, but it's been lovely to have you. I'll be a little lenient with the 24-hour time limit, okay? If you guys can't get it, I'll be a little more lenient because I've, you know, been taking my time to have a little bit of fun with you all. But it is your fault for distracting me. But then again, it's, you know, obviously you're all individuals. Some of you are just chatting and some of you are trying to solve the riddle. So, you know, it's not really fair. Anyway, I'll see you all soon. We had some raids today, so I think it would be a good idea to raid somebody as well. Let's see. Who shall we raid? Who is live right now? Who is live? Who shall we raid? Let's see. Because I'm still standing after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. Nobody is live. Nobody is live. I don't even see like a... Oh, I died. I don't even see a waiting room or anything. Let's raid... There is a... Miss Aya Amare has just a normal Zatsu at some point later, so I guess we can do that. All right, everybody. Let's have a good one. Good luck. And before I go, just as a little reminder, if you wish to survive before 24 hours is up, you must find the answer to this riddle. Angelia, thank you for the super. 520 waini. See you tomorrow. What's a fifth time? What's a fifth time? Everybody, let's appreciate some beautiful classical music. Come on. you see how I timed it? I timed it so the whole screen would go black. Anyway, get out of here.